Hello everyone, I'm recording another video from Miri in Malaysia, and I just arrived here in the afternoon, and now it's around 7 or 9 o'clock here, 9 p.m. And after dinner I'm having my white coffee in a very beautiful cafe. You can see how beautiful this coffee shop looks like, and this is the best thing I like, so I sat just below it. Amazing, right? So I have a I was this trip in Miri has been remarkably great so far. In just few hours, I'll tell you a story how it started, and there's a lot of things to learn. I arrived in Miri, and before I arrived in Miri, I booked a place to stay long back, 2 weeks back. And while I was booking this place as a guest house, come backpackers hostel, it's a beautiful hostel. So I was booking a hostel in this place in Miri, and all of a sudden I see an option of a place called um, Dadap Villa Dadap guest house, or Villa Dadap hostel in Miri. And I saw there are no reviews of it, and it's new. It's completely new. No reviews, no guest. I did not know no guest, but it was no review, no rating, and but I could see some pictures, and I thought, okay, let me not book it. Generally, I book a place where there are reviews and there are people who have written about it something, and I go and you meet a lot of people, so that's how I go by the flow. But I was about to not book it, and then a thought came in my mind. Once I was new in the business, somebody gave me a chance. Somebody became my customer. When my distributors and I are go in the field and they are new, somebody has to give them a chance. So I thought, let me give it a chance. Let me try it out. And the owner of this place was writing me emails, trying to contact me so that he can arrange. I did not know that they had a free service, pickup service and drop service as well. So he was trying to contact me to pick me up from the airport or wherever I came from. So he could not contact me. His mail went into my spam, and I could not see it. So somehow I reached this place. When I reached this place, I started talking to this gentleman who came downstairs, greeted me. I saw he showed me the hostel, and it was very nice, very beautiful, clean. Everything was good, AC, everything was superb. And then he just brought a beer can from the fridge and said, "You know what? You are my first customer." I said, "Really? I'm your first customer?" He said, "Yeah, you're my first customer, and I'm the owner of this place." I was like shocked, and his accent could tell me he's not from this place. And later he told me he's from Macedonia, near Croatia, where Mother Teresa was born. And he has stayed in Italy, UK, Thailand, Brunei, and he is a doctor, a gynecologist. He was a doctor, gynecologist. Now he does not practice though. So he was a gynecologist, and he just turned 60 last month. So he told me that you are my first customer. So first of all, I was like, wow, like what this guy is doing in Malaysia, opening up a guest house. Then he told me he has a guest house in Brunei as well. He has a guest house in Florence in Macedonia, Croatia, and he had two hotels in Thailand. So I got to know that he's a big businessman. But he was so humble, and I was like wondering, why is he here? And he as soon as I arrived, he was asking me. I tried to contact you, I tried to pick you up, and all those things. So I was like, wow. And then while talking to him, he taught me so many things indirectly. He said to me that you are my first customer, and my friend, his friend came yesterday from Australia, Iranian Australian, and he forced him to go back to Brunei, but he did not go, just because I was supposed to come today, so he did not go to his friend's invitation, and he told his friend every person is important. So he could have given this work to his staff and gone, but he himself was present there because he wanted to see the first customer by himself. So, what do we learn out of here? We learn one simple thing, that everyone is important. In our business of network marketing, we recruit a lot of people. Sometimes we don't give them importance, sometimes we lose track, sometimes we don't care about them. But he taught me a lesson, and I'm following that from last 4 years. Everyone is important. Kunta sir taught me the same. Everyone is important. Now, the story does not end here. He took me to the places nearby. He took me to Coca Cabana, which is a nearby seahorse iconic place. He took me there. He took me to a bar and he paid for the beer there as well. And his friends were there in the bar, all Europeans. He and his friend, one of his friend who was sitting next to him, he said something to him and I could hear that. He said, if you just go around with your guests like that, you will not make money. You know what he said? He said, giving is more important. I'm not worried about the money. And I was like, wow, this is what I tell to my team. This is what Kunta sir told me. This is what Amit sir told me. This is what Ishan tells me. I said, wow. He said, giving is more important. And then he winked at me because he saw that I heard it. So he winked at me and I started enjoying my beer. So can you imagine that our rules which we teach in our business of network marketing in TI, the same rules are applied in all the businesses. Now this guy sold 2 of his hotels, which was successful in Pattaya in Bangkok, in Thailand, and took 2 more guest houses, from hotels to guest houses, in one in Brunei, one in Malaysia. He has a guest house in Europe, 2 guest houses in Europe, one managed by his wife, one managed by his son. And he is a freaking successful businessman, and he was a doctor once upon a time. And when I started talking to him more, he revealed that he left his medicine because he got interested in quantum healing. And the moment he said that he's interested in quantum healing and he is a pioneer in quantum healing, I could not control my excitement. I did not show him on my face, but I was just listening to him. And then I thought of telling him about my patches, the WNT patches. The moment I showed him the patches, you know what he said? Thank God I did not leave with my friend yesterday, and if I would not have been here today, I would have not met you, Vikas. So I'm so grateful to God that you met me today. Internally, I was saying the same thing, that I'm so thankful to God that I booked your place, knowing that it is a new place and it's generally risky if you don't have a review to go, but it turned out to be such a blessing. He's 60 plus, he's 60, just turned 60. He's a successful businessman. He is he's an expert in quantum healing. Not only that, his in Brunei, he has customers, he has patients who drive Maserati. A royal family is his patient. So he's a big shot guy. But he is so down to earth, so humble. Can you imagine? He walked with me for 2 kilometers showing me the places. He took me to the laundry shop where I can go, and he introduced me to the laundry owner, he introduced me to the bar owner, and he was just taking me to the places. So guys, 2 lessons learned. Everyone is important. And number 2, giving is more important than taking. So if you can give service, I would hardly pay him $10, but $10 or $20, but he has spent more than that on me. Like, not more than that, yeah, he has spent a lot of money on me since the time I have arrived. So giving is more important. You know what I'll do in return? I'll make a video of his hostel. I'll put it on YouTube. I'll give a very good review about his hostel, and he will make more business. And he took pictures because I was his first customer. He took selfies with me in his hostel and also near the beach. So amazing. So remember 2 things, guys. Number 1, everyone is important. Do not recruit somebody and forget him. Recruit somebody and train him. Be with him. Know him. Find out what he wants, why he started the business, and how can you help him. Number 2, giving is important. Focus on what values can you give. Focus on what culture can you impart. Focus on what best can you do to that person, and your business will grow. That's what I learned from a 60-year-old, or I was a 60-year-old young businessman who has business in many countries and still down to earth. And you know what? When we had the beer in the glass and I wanted to wash the glass, he stopped me. He said, no, you don't have to wash. His staff is on holiday because of Ramadan, and he washed my glass. A multi-millionaire washed my glass. And I was like, I forced him not to do that, but he did not allow me to wash. He said, you're my guest. So see you in the next video, guys. I hope you got a message. Bye-bye. I'll enjoy my white coffee. Bye-bye.